Oh, it's a wild world, folks. Doc Holliday is solo right now. The boys are expected soon. But we know the deal. We know sometimes it just gets crazy like that. It just gets crazy out there. You kind of just have to deal with the ish. But welcome to another edition of Geektastic Sci-Fi here on Free X Agents Media. It's been a wild week. We've seen a lot of crazy ish going on in the world. A lot of geek news. A lot of geek has been going on. A lot of Spider-Man ish has been coming through the pipes. I reached out to my buddy. Oh, there you are. There you are. Good sir. Good sir. What's up? What's up? I can't hear you at all, so I'm guessing your mic is not on yet, but I'll let you work on that in the meantime. Oh, we got Dave.
What up?
I told you these boys were gonna show up at some point, some way, somehow.
The regular jobs mixing with the dream schedule. That's the problem.
Dream schedule. Can you hear me now?
You're a little low, but you're away from your mic, so that's fair. Guys, new Spider-Man across the universe, across the Spiderverse. How dare I?
Across the universe. I like that better.
Remnants of the Beatles.
The Beatles get back. Yeah, I was watching that this weekend. That's probably what was in my mind. But yes, Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse. We saw Miles Morales. We saw Gwen. We saw Miguel, 2099 Spider-Man, a universe that no one cared about when it came out. 2099, one of the most shitted on comic book decisions ever.
It's hideously drawn. Oh, the short-lived cartoon was hilarious.
I don't remember the cartoon. I just remember the Hulk. 2099 Hulk was ugly. Like he was like the way they drew him was all like sinewy and like long and Punisher. But Punisher 2099 looked cool. The trench coat, kind of like Blade and Punisher had a baby that was white and crazy and Punisher. I mean, that's what I think about it.
That's a lot of butts to say that they would be. It'd be this person's kid, but you sound like one of those American commercials trying to sell like some type of pharmacy drug. And like these are all the side effects.
Here are all the side effects. Side effect is the same thing you have. You have heartburn. Take this medication for your heartburn. It may cause heartburn. What?
You may have some disembowelment, but it's okay. Dude. Just call your doctor.
Yeah. And in the case of Punisher, it's just like you may be like Punisher if he was a vampire in the future, but you could also just be Punisher. And that's just what it is. Guys, but yeah, that trailer.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, man.
But wait, is there something beyond the teaser trailer? Because I've only watched the teaser trailer so far.
No, that's the only thing that's come out so far. I mean, I follow a lot of the artists because, as you guys know, shout outs to Patrick O'Keefe, one of my buddies who works over there and worked on Into the Spider-Verse on the first one and is working on this one. I follow him and a bunch of the other people that are working on the project. And as soon as that trailer came out, they all went into high gear of like, hey, this is what we're working on. They started putting like images that they're working on and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested, I would highly recommend following the artist for the stuff that you like. The X-Men 97, that artist who got tagged, who she I don't remember her name now, but I did post about her in my IG story a couple months ago. But if you follow her, she has really nice pieces that she's done of all the X-Men in the past, and she's also done some stuff for DC. Well, I don't know if she's worked for DC, but she's done some designs on her page that are DC related. So But yeah, man, I'm really excited for this. I mean, we didn't really see much. We kind of just saw him. What appears like he's traveling through time, at least.
But traveling through time just really means multiverses eventually, especially in this Spider-Verse. I mean, are you really going to go through time? What you can do through time? They're going to do a story about time and multiverse. Get the fuck! Like if they're going to do that, like if they make it work, that is how they're definitely outdoing the first one. If you could even outdo the first one.
But that's the thing. 2099 is essentially a alternate reality to the 616 and the 1610, which is kind of unfortunate to me. I like the idea that there is actual time travel, and instead of time travel, they've decided to make it just a separate universe. that's a comic book nerd thing. If you're a super big comic book nerd, you might be like, oh, that's cool. I don't really mind. I kind of would wish it was actually like part of a future. I mean, I don't know what the past of 2099 is. I don't know what like the best Earth is, or if 2099 is supposed to just be 616 in the future. But
because the only thing is like, if you're gonna do a Spiderverse, a time travel thing, right? Like if you do that, let's say you even cast 4 characters, that means you've casted 8. Because if you're gonna time travel, you're gonna at least bump into one alternate version of that character, right? So like, and then if you go into another, so you're going into another universe in the future, so you first have to figure out how you guys are different than compared to how we are different if you're like meeting the same version of yourself. And then you got to figure out how they were whenever it is the time travel back. Oh, that's even hard to explain how complicated it is to think about it. You guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
I think I got lost at some point. That's for sure.
I think, but I do agree with you that it's just a lot. It would end up being a lot of different pieces in the universe, and it would be, and you know, Dave, you said it, but this is similarly why I don't really want so many Spider-Mans in the new Spider-Man.
You're not roping. You're not a rope-a-doping this conversation.
I'm not rope-a-doping.
No, because look, we're talking about the possibility of like in a Spider-Man movie, since it's going to be always Tom Holland being the other Spider-Man, or you bring in the other Spider-Man, cool. You all understand it's just Spider-Man. That's just them trying to do a Spider-Verse movie. But now you're talking about the same cast times as many different universes, times as many different times in those universes that you go.
Oh, yeah.
How do you, like, that's insane.
I mean,
I don't mind an extra 5 characters in a movie. Dude, the reason why that you don't have to make 21 movies to have 21 characters in a movie like they did for Infinity War and Endgame is because this one is all the characters that they would want to bring from alternate realities. There has been movies for them, so you know who they are. If someone's who's this, well, watch this movie. Yeah. And it's not a bunch of different paths. It's all Spider-Man's path. So like, there's not much to explain. So I think they could get away with a few extra characters. But at the same time, who knows what they're doing with that movie? Let's be honest.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know what's going on. I think we're very much watching it all come together, and a lot of ideas. Sony, Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel Studios. I dare say even probably some old ideas. I think, Sam Raimi, like we said, we joked about the fact that ever since he was tapped to do Doctor Strange, he's probably had bending people's ear over at MCU, kind of just, throwing in a little bit of sprinkling a little dust of ideas about, when I worked with Amy, this was an idea that we had. And, so
yeah. Oh, for sure.
I'm still concerned, but hey, you and I,
you look like you want to be like that typical cartoon character holding the side of his colic.
I will say this though. This is something that's probably going to upset people because I know some people really want this, but I'm going to tell you right now. And this is supposed to be in the news at the end, but I feel like because we're talking about the movie right now, we should talk about it. The fact that Kevin Feige has openly said that Charlie Cox is coming back as Daredevil almost proves to me that Charlie Cox will not be in the Spider-Man movie. Because if he was going to be in the Spider-Man movie, he has no reason to announce Charlie Cox is coming. There's no reason. There's no benefit to doing it 2 weeks before the movie comes out or 10 days before the movie comes out. It's useless.
See, the thing is, the question that you have to ask yourself is that people have been trying to call people out on certain things for so long that maybe some of it is because they don't want a negative backlash of like, we were lying to you.
Yeah, but and I think that's a major problem because remember a couple of weeks ago, he released that statement explaining like, I want people to get a sense of what we're going to be doing here, and I don't want people to be disappointed. And I really think the main thing he was talking about was Daredevil. Like at this point, I still don't believe 100% that Andrew and Toby are going to be in the movie. I know everyone else is just like, oh, you deniers, you're all weird. Like, I see all the comments about deniers. We're deniers. We're deniers. I'm not a denier. I just have no interest in seeing them, and I don't necessarily believe just because people want them to be in the movie that they're going to be in the movie. And I think a lot of the stuff that has proven, quote unquote, that they're in the movie doesn't prove anything. I think it's just...
I think that's all. I think that's... I admit to you on that. Like, there is no hard proof really about that.
Exactly.
That
we'll
one I will
find out
give
when
you.
we find out.
Yeah. I'm going in with the hope that they're in it. I'm going in with the realization that, like, I should be fine if it's just Tom Holland. I have no right to be angry.
Okay, well, you know what? And I'm happy.
I could be angry. I could be angry with my expectation.
Sure.
But I cannot be angry because they never said yes. They never once said yes to this. That's the one thing that they always denied. They always denied. I feel that maybe, if I had to be honest, I actually, if someone's not in the movie, I think it's Garfield who's not in the movie, but I think Toby...
Oh, you think so?
I think there's... I don't know why, but for me, I'm like, it's a shoo-in that Toby's in this movie.
Interesting. Okay. Why not Andrew? I mean, I don't truly feel that there's any proof that either of them are there, but
for me, it's just like, I'm basing my assumption on interactions. So, like, there was, I forget what it was, but there was one specific interview or comment that he made that I'm like, all right, you're in the movie. Like, I feel like even if it's for a flash, I feel like somehow you're in this movie. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's like his cockiness in the response was like, so you are in this movie, but he didn't answer the question type thing. Like, it was just the way how he answered it. Whereas Garfield has been like really either acting super annoyed,
he's trying,
or he's super annoyed. That's how I feel.
To hide it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I feel like he's doing that to troll everyone because he's not actually in the movie, and he's just doing that because at this point it's just funny.
Dude,
what? Even Dave just said he doesn't think Garfield's in the movie.
No, I said if there was someone who was in the movie, I wouldn't be surprised that it's not him. But I always said that I'm going in the hope with that they're going to be in there.
But,
however,
but Dave, let's answer the question because Toby thinks I'm a denier. So let's do it right now.
All right.
Dave,
okay, all right,
is
cool.
Andrew Garfield in No Way Home? Yes or no?
I do not. I cannot answer that.
Right. And that's
why do
the
we
only thing I've been saying.
Why do we do this show? Why do we do this show if not to talk and speculate on things that we would hopefully like to see? That we would hopefully like to see in the movie.
Sure.
And what I would love to see in this movie, and I keep looking, obviously, I'm biased. I would love to see them. I love Spider-Man. I loved all of them in their own special way.
I'm just saying there's no evidence that they're actually in the movie so far.
Of course, we haven't been given concrete evidence, but in a court of law, if there's reasonable doubt, which there is.
Wait, whoa,
right?
No,
if I was
innocent until proven guilty.
If I'm on a jury and you showed me a blue screen and said, "Look, the scaffolding here matches the scaffolding by the Statue of Liberty in this trailer," I'd be like, "Yeah, so does it match the scaffolding in New York City in 100 other places?"
I'll give you another clue that came out since these are clues we've talked about. You're obviously still not on board. You heard that the soundtrack leaked, right?
No,
the soundtrack for the movie, the list, and the actual soundtracks leaked.
So is there a movie specifically saying
there is a soundtrack called Unite, and within that soundtrack it goes through Holland's theme, Maguire's theme, and Garfield's theme.
And you've heard this?
I have heard it.
You've heard it.
It's online.
And it's an official Sony leak.
What is an official Sony leak? What are you talking about here?
And that's my point, folks.
Okay, bro, it sounds so good. There's no way someone went out of their way to compose a whole fake soundtrack. Come on.
Why not? Why, Toby?
You know how hard that is to do?
Yes, but people do it.
You're talking about a guy like there's a Hans Zimmer out there who does this for a fucking hobby and puts out fake soundtracks. Get out of here, dude.
Toby, hold on.
Come on.
I just want us to look at the internet. I just wanted to take a moment because what you're describing.
Man. I'm out of here.
What you're describing to me sounds 100%.
Physically getting out of his chair and leaving.
Okay, so let's just take a second. Let's take a second. Let's deep breath, everyone. Deep breath. All right, let's take a second. In 2021, do I believe, Doc Holliday, that someone would troll the internet to gain visibility, to gain likes, to gain followers, the original poster. Would they fake anything related to the Spider-Man No Way Home film for that purpose? Yes. 100%. I believe that is a possibility.
But I think there's been reports of the accounts like the Dropbox and Google Drives that actually leaked this being sort of not blocked or
blocked.
Yeah, exactly. So it seems legit. It seems like a legit Sony leak, this one. I can't confirm, again, just like with any speculation, right? It's speculation. It's a possibility. There is a chance. It is the biggest leak connected to the source that we've gotten so far, but it's still up in the air.
I just want to point out, wouldn't it be boring if I came on here and you said that and I said, cool, and I just accepted that?
No, but I'd still like to be like, oh, yeah. Except you're just like, nah, bro.
No, because I'm never going to say, oh, yeah, to these theoretical things that people could easily make up. I want to be, guys, I just want to tell people right now, if I am ever on a jury, this is what you would get. Someone who would analyze things to death to the point where the other 11 people or whatever.
They don't want people like you on the jury. No,
like, Docs against the man, bro. Docs against the man all day.
Like,
that's funny.
What officer? The officer did what? You want to tell me this man was where? Sir, I live in Montreal. It is not possible to get from that area to that area that quickly. Unless you take
at what time of day again?
Yeah.
You said at 6 p.m. I held down.
Did he drive down the back? Did he drive at the back of Blue Bonnets behind the Walmart? Okay, you have no footage of him? Because that's the only way you can get to that side at that time in under 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's me on the jury. That's me on the jury telling you.
That's how you end up with a hung jury, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. You're the reason why they made 12 Angry Men.
I'm just telling y'all. All I know, and you know what? For all the people who are calling me a denier, and I've said it on my social medias, I've said it everywhere. I'm not a denier. I am someone who wants to look to the future, not the past. I want to see Gwen. I want to see Miles Morales. I want to see Miguel. I want to see other characters in this movie other than the other two that have done it in the past. Not because I don't think they weren't great. I mean, well, I watched all the movies Brian, and I don't think they're great. But
Brian, how do you not know?
What do you mean?
Maybe that's what we're gonna get.
And that's my thing. If we get a Miles and a Gwen and Toby and Andrew are there, I probably won't care. I'd be like, whatever. If you want to blend the past and the future, cool. But if the movie is just Andrew, Toby, and on top of this, another point I want to make, if it's also only one Tom, because this is a multiverse, if we only see one Tom, flop. You guys have messed up.
What? Shut up, bro.
Yo, you are putting up so many bars. You're like bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, bar 4, bar 5.
If you go into the multiverse,
oh my God.
Hold on. You guys are telling me he's going to go into the multiverse with only one Tom Holland.
Problem solved. It's already done. Every time he goes through the mirror universe, you see tons of copies of him. That's all the Toms you need for this movie, bro.
No, but I want Tom to interact with another Tom.
No, come on.
Why would I not? It's the multiverse. We saw Loki interact with other Lokis.
Does future Tom count?
I mean, if you want to do future, but I'm saying if this is the multiverse, Doctor Strange tells Peter Parker this is the multiverse, and the only fucking Tom Holland we see is the Earth 19999. You guys don't find that weird? That doesn't seem like
but I just find it funny the directions you go through just to not give this movie any sort of credit.
No, man.
No, not even credit. Not to give it a chance. He's going in. He's like, let's prepare for failure. Let's prepare for failure.
This movie is going to have
dude, you have like a list of 10 things.
Why are you so afraid of the hype? Why are you so afraid of the hype? I don't understand.
I'm not afraid of the hype. I don't like that it was hyped with absolutely nothing. You can't come into the house and say I'm the best, and you ain't done shit yet. And that's what this movie. Everyone is out there saying.
Are we understanding the movie that's coming out? Toby, do you understand the magnitude of the movie that's coming out? I don't know if Brian understands what's happening.
I don't even think I understand anymore. Just based off what I'm hearing, I might be delusional.
Am I the only one online who's seen people say this is the best? This is going to be the best Spider-Man movie ever without seeing Spider-Man.
No, you can't.
I would probably
that's
agree.
People being excited.
But I would probably agree.
There you go. And because people like Toby are the reason that I say.
I'll tell you why.
Go ahead. Hit me.
The only Spider-Man any Spider-Man movie ever has to live up to is Spider-Man 2. To me. and that's the original trilogy, Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
This movie to me is potentially that movie. That's it. That's the only criteria for me.
Dave, hit us.
So wait, you're saying that the other movies that have come out with Tom Holland have not met the standards of that movie for you?
That's what he's saying.
Really?
Dave's face.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one saying crazy shit today, am I?
What the fuck?
I'll tell you why.
What multiverse did I land into when we started this episode?
Yeah.
You're missing my point. You're missing my point.
No, go ahead, hit us. I'm here for this because I
loved all of the Spider-Man, right? I loved all of the Spider-Man. Out of all of them, if I had to pick one, the best one is Spider-Man 2, including the Tom Holland ones.
Okay, but like,
right? I'm saying
I would say
this next movie has the potential to top Spider-Man 2, thereby topping all the other ones that have come out in the MCU. So I'm not saying that, and I think I may have confused you by answering yes before, but I'm not saying that the Tom Holland ones aren't good or up to par with Spider-Man 2, but my favorite is still Spider-Man 2.
Okay, yeah, because I'm sorry, like for me, like I would say Spider-Man 2 and the second Tom Holland, for me, those are like the more higher key markers of movies, because I like Far From Home because I never thought I would like a Mysterio. And I liked how they did Mysterio. That was a very complicated character to do.
Yeah. And they did
and not be laughable or a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's where, like, unfortunately, ones like Spider-Man 3 and Spider-Man 2 from the Garfield one kind of lower because you don't do justice to the villains. I mean, let's be honest. In Spider-Man 3, you didn't do any justice to Spider-Man as well. Emo Spider-Man.
Oh my god,
it's not as bad as Amazing Spider-Man 2 though. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is.
Yeah, but it's
not really that good because of the bad guys.
Spider-Man 3 is actually good until he gets the symbiote.
I agree.
Yeah, everything until that moment where they have him in the bed and the symbiote starts to crawl on him is actually not that bad. When I rewatch it, I was just like, oh, like 30 to 40 minutes of this movie was quality, and then they just shit the bed.
And the best scene is him waking up, opening up his eyes, and seeing he's like Venom Spider-Man through the window.
Yeah, and then that's it. It goes and then it's down.
Then it's downhill from there.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
And that's unfortunate because you had so many interesting villains that you could have told a story with, and then decided to.
I think
the mistake was Venom.
Sorry.
No,
Venom
see, that's the thing. I don't think the mistake was Venom because you have Raimi, who is like a god when it comes to horror movies, and you'll notice like Spider-Man 2 had some crazy horror elements to it, right?
Yeah.
Doc Ock in the hospital attacking those doctors, and they're getting brutally murdered and slashed like. That's a Raimi. That's why it was so good, because that movie was full on Raimi injecting himself, and I think he was looking to do that with Venom as well in the third one, because Venom, out of any character you can go horror or horrible with, that's the character. But that's where the studio jumps in and goes, well, we have this, and we want you to put this, and we want you to do that, and you start taking that director's creativity away, and that's why I feel like it's two different movies because of that.
Correct.
The first half is Raimi, the second half is Sony.
But what I have to say for that, the problem with that movie, in my opinion, you have a valid point and your point is correct, just FYI. But like for that movie, it should have either been a two-parter movie, or they should have done just Spider-Man with the symbiote, and when he loses it, like that's the end of the movie, and the end scene credit is like it trying to find Eddie. And then the next movie should have been Eddie. Yeah, because Eddie deserves. Yeah,
agree.
That was the problem.
I think everyone thinks that. I think because if you had just done that, you could have done Sandman, and like you could have done a proper Sandman story. Because the Sandman story
even a proper Goblin story. If
but I mean, I don't know.
Because he was cheesed up. It was ugly and cheesed up.
Yeah, I didn't like Harry at all, so that's one of the major problems. Like when Harry turns around to the camera, well, not the camera, but to Peter outside after he tells him like, yeah, I stole your bitch. And then he turns around and smiles from the cafe. I was just like, oh my God, the acting in some of these scenes is.
Yeah, but it's Topher Grace.
No, not Topher. It's James Franco.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. When James Franco looks like when Peter takes him to the cafe to be like, she told me that there's another guy, and he's like spilling his heart to his best friend, and James Franco's just like, oh, I'm so sorry, and he's just like, Pete, the reason I'm here is to tell you I'm the other guy. I was like, yo, this is some next level General Hospital bullshit.
I think it's
Franco, what are you doing?
Franco seriously in a villainous role at that point. I don't think that's all. But it wasn't horrible. But yeah, you're right. It didn't come across. You didn't connect to him.
It wasn't.
I mean, again, he's trying to live.
It wasn't Willem Dafoe.
Yeah,
that's what we're all on the same page.
And
there's a reason. There's a reason other than Franco being essentially canceled. There's a reason Defoe's the one coming back and not the other one.
100%.
Well, yeah, because one was menacing and one was a fucking joke.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man,
no arguments there for me.
Which I'm also gonna say, like, I want someone to correct that in the Holland Spiderverse or the Spider-Verses that are coming out. Like, I find Harry is supposed to be a lot more interesting of a character than all the characters we've gotten.
So far. We have not gotten a good Harry yet.
Yeah. And because
we haven't gotten a good Harry yet.
Yeah, because the problem with that is that you need to get a good Norman and do the Norman. Norman was great. William was great.
Yeah.
But he didn't have the proper person, or it's either the proper person or proper writing. It's the proper actor. That was the problem. And you didn't have the person to follow up on him.
Yeah.
What would make the perfect Norman for you then?
No, the perfect Norman was William Dafoe. I loved William Dafoe.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm saying he didn't have the proper runner to hand off the baton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm saying that in order to make a good Harry movie, you need to have the baton. Like they tried to skip it in the Garfield one. It wasn't good.
Yeah, he was definitely Spider-Man, the cartoon level Norman.
Yes.
Like
they
killed it.
They messed up in the sense that they didn't give it enough time to breathe. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they killed off Norman Osborn in the first one, which I'm not even sure why they felt the need to kill him off.
That was always the issue with Marvel and Sony, right? They used to just kill off their villains for no reason.
Yeah,
They've learned.
Yeah, they've learned that it's not only the hero that has to survive, but you have to have they have more than one story with the bad guy for a reason.
Yeah, it would be nice because have we, you know what? Question to the audience, question to everyone in the room. What villain in a superhero movie have we seen do multiple films? Now that
Magneto would count. I would say
I guess Magneto, but I feel like
Doom.
You're right. I'll give you Magneto. That's fair. Just because I'm thinking of like one villain who's like built up, as opposed to Magneto is like his best friend. They fall out. Like it was more a story of their friendship.
He said Doom, but Doom is also still connected to them in the sense that they're sort of also friends. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the first movie, he's blatantly the bad guy. In the second movie, he's trying to steal Silver Surfer's power.
Right.
I think that counts.
Yeah, I'll put Doom in that category.
Okay.
But I know what kind of villain Brian's talking about.
Yeah. Like I'm talking like a Ra's al Ghul who's been working for multiple movies in a row. You know how Bond had Spectre? And at the end of that last movie, you're just like,
and it leads to like this big reveal. Yeah.
I would love to see a villain done like that in a superhero franchise.
Kang, we're about to get Kang like that.
Fingers crossed, because I guess some people would say Thanos.
But Thanos,
but it's
exactly.
Shoot.
You guys know what I'm saying.
That's not that doesn't count.
You're on like when I say it, you know exactly what I mean too. Like Thanos, I get how people can make the argument.
Behind the sscenes.
He's behind the scenes, and then it's the big reveal. But
from the beginning, you're right.
Yeah, but I guess I'm maybe
more low level than Thanos.
Yeah. I don't want someone galactic who's looking for the fucking Infinity Stones. I'm talking like a Norman Osborn type who's like when you read.
Well, we're about to get Kingpin.
Yes, fingers crossed. Yes.
Yeah. See, fingers crossed. Everything's true. You're right. Did you see the episode today?
Yes. Do we want to jump into Hawkeye?
Of course. Let's talk into the second best show the MCU has to offer.
If it comes out on Wednesday, on Wednesday, we do the podcast on Wednesday. We got to talk about it.
Dude, if you start at 7 a.m. and the only time you log off is 6, there's not a lot of wiggle room.
Same for me. But when I'm like there, I just leave it in the corner. I have 3 screens. It's just like right there. Yeah. And it's playing, and I'm working on it.
Dude, no, because then it turns into.
It's usually around my lunch too. Though.
I gotta say that's what I was gonna say. Dave, if you're working 7 to 6 and not taking an hour lunch break, something's
crazy.
wrong. That's a whole other
crazy
conversation we need to have.
It's because well, no, that's because there's training replacements and training new people and getting all the other stuff I used to do done until their training happening in a month.
Of course, all the excuses you want to add, but a 7 to 6.
You want to say excuses?
It is an excuse, homie. You don't work a 7 to 6 without a break. That's not a job. That's slavery.
You're not gonna survive.
Well, no, I mean, like, it's not like I have a piss can beside me, Brian. Like,
if I work a
I'm
job,
just saying, like, I get like, but I'm saying I get like what I get like 20 minutes for lunch. I can't watch a whole episode.
Problem.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Everything you're describing is Amazon level pissing in a bottle. That's not good. You got to figure out time management, homie. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm calling you out to help you.
Okay.
I'm calling you out to help you. That's all I'm saying.
It's true. You should be taking more breaks. You'll burn out.
You gotta get up and walk around. Walk around
Hawkeye.
your block if you don't watch the damn show.
We just turned this show into an intervention.
Yeah, it is an intervention. I
know, like, what the fuck is happening?
What? How does it start? Dave, the things you are doing to yourself are hurting me. You need to watch Hawkeye to decompress, my friend.
They're only 38 minutes long, Dave. 38 minutes long.
That's 2 20-minute breaks, Dave.
I'm not going to defend myself on this.
That's 38 minutes, not subtracting the credits. It's probably
right.
Like 34.
Exactly. I was just gonna say.
Get me out of this.
These hour-long Marvel episodes are literally 30 minutes if you take out the intro. If you take out the intro, the fact that they repeat the last scene at the beginning of each episode for some odd damn reason, and then you cut out the ending credits, the episode is legit about 4.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna talk about this show, just fucking ruining it. Like, why are you just taking shots?
So everyone's dead.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I hope so. It's 2 episodes of credits next. I'm down.
Kate, the dog, her mom. Jack, Chain, they're all gone.
All of them. Big explosion.
Yeah. Yo, you guys talked about this last week, right? Briefly, Hawkeye.
Kingpin?
Yeah.
The hand.
Yeah, the hand.
Yeah. I am more and more convinced that he is, just based off of the way Hawkeye is talking. All the clues are there. The Fat Man Auto Shop. The everything, the uncle. There's no reason for them to hide it at this point anymore. But I get it. The larger audience now too doesn't necessarily know Kingpin within the story, so there are people not expecting this. 100%.
I told a friend yesterday. I was out with one of my friends, and I was just like, "Man, I can't wait till Kingpin shows up." And my friend's just like, "Kingpin?" I'm like, "Yeah, D'Onofrio." He's just like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, and I'm describing the episode to him. He's like, "I did watch that episode." I'm like, "And you didn't
get it." Yeah.
And exactly. They just didn't know. And I was like, damn, okay.
That's the level we're at.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We're like, I know, I was too. I was like, oh, the hand, everything looks the same. He had cufflinks on. Kingpin loves his cufflink. Like, I saw all the little clues. And then obviously you see all the little internet sites blog about it days afterwards.
Skinny posted a tweet, and he just last week was like, how come no one gave me a shout out? So I do want to say that was a dope tweet, because he posted like the shot of the exact moment the hand with the cufflink comes in, and I was just like, that's very so kudos to him, because the first time I watched the scene, I didn't realize. I went back to rewatch it.
It was it's great. But in the comics, which is why Marvel's timing and when they choose to reveal things makes me that's what makes you question, like, is this coming next? Is this gonna be in the show? Because he confirmed the Daredevil.
Yeah, and sure. And I think Devil's gonna show up in Hawkeye and not Spider-Man.
So that's what I think so too now.
You think
the reason being in the comic books, and I'm not sure just how much credit to give them when it comes to the comic books and like what they choose to take or not take. But in the comic books, it's actually Daredevil who kills Echo's dad. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. So they've seemed to kind of change that to be Ronin, and kind of tying Ronin into Maya and Kingpin and his acolytes in this way. But it could very well be that maybe she thought it was Ronin, and the whole time it was Daredevil.
Yeah,
That could be a way to
like they redo
that
the
could be a
scene
way to put a
again.
spin on it, and then it was Uncle who told her it was Hawkeye versus telling her it was Daredevil. Who told her it was Ronin?
Yeah,
I don't know how they're gonna put a spin on that, but in the comic books, he
sees
was the one
Ronin,
who told
though,
her.
no?
Well, we think she sees Ronin, right?
Does she? No, she's walking along the building the whole time.
No,
yeah, but we're the ones who are seeing it.
Yeah, and then she
kind of just peeks.
Oh, okay, got you. I see what you're saying. I
right?
got you. Okay. I'm not mad at this.
It's possible, but it'd be cool to reveal Daredevil and Hawkeye.
Yeah,
like very street level. This is a street level world.
Yo, and I gotta say, the transition of Hawkeye from like major scale to street level being done so seamless.
Oh yeah,
my gosh.
That's just because Jeremy Renner's great.
He is. I mean, I gotta say, the man. Like, I know people didn't love him as in the movies. They were just like, oh, Hawkeye's not really a cool character. End of the day, though, he's the guy that can connect shit way better than anyone else. He's not in the spy game like Natasha and Nick and all of them, and Cap and all these guys. He's not a soldier. He was quote unquote like he technically was a thief back in the day, and then he in this version he works for SHIELD.
Dang, so and you get to see like that much more like connected human side to Hawkeye, and he's just a chill guy. Like at the end of the day, he just wants to do his job and go home to his family. Except his job is hurting people, which
is preventing him from going to his
family. Exactly. There's a little like catch 22 situation going on.
Yeah. Who do you guys think the watch belongs to that everyone's looking for?
Oh, I thought it was his because apparently I think it was his that tracks him and it has his information, which is why she knew. Remember in this latest episode, which I'm about to spoil right now, Echo had a list of like the family's information right next to the Rolex watch. So I'm assuming there might be some kind of GPS tracker or some kind of thing in there. Like that's how the family always knows where he is. Remember the wife and him were talking about it this episode.
Yeah.
She's like, you find the watch. Like,
I was looking online. And people were making comments about the fact that, isn't it weird that she starts talking in German?
It's just to hide it from the kids.
That's what some people were saying. Some people were saying maybe that she's talking like that specifically because of who like what the watch is connected to. But no, I guess
no, that might be too deep. That would be us giving it too much credit.
I mean, it's that which show is it that they talk about the doohickey? Like every show has a doohickey, and that in this show the doohickey is the watch. It's the thing that.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the fight? The infamous fight at the end.
Confused.
Yeah. I really liked what. Say what?
No. I was just very confused by who was attacking who.
Right.
And why, and how it ended.
I felt like, so again, spoilers. I feel like I should put the spoiler banner up, so I will put the spoiler banner up because I don't want people to get mad at us. But spoilers. I felt like Yelena being brought in this episode was a slightly weird decision. I'm happy
there.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of bringing her in that we were also excited for, yay, but why in that moment? Like, why did? Because I feel like Echo versus Kate and Hawkeye would have been
that was good enough.
Yeah,
it completely like devalued that Echo coming in scene completely. Like, the tenseness that would have been with her and Kate fight, like that just didn't work at all. That was probably one of the biggest misses.
Them. Yeah, when Kate's
Hawkeye
just
said,
like,
I'm fighting Echo.
And she's like, no, I'm fighting Echo. And then he's like, well, who am I fighting? And I was just like, that's a weird scene.
But I feel like they didn't feel like they could have inserted Yelena in any other way. Into the going ons of it just had to be that random.
Yeah.
I get what they were trying to do. You know what I mean? It's just the timing might not have been the right moment. It should have probably been at a time when, and again, we're so used to this, right? They think they've gotten away with the watch, and then all of a sudden in an alleyway, here comes Yelena, and then she attacks them. Yeah, that might have worked better.
Yes, I agree. I honestly didn't like Yelena showing up. you know, I didn't, and then for
It was awkward.
Hawkeye to
It's
be like,
very awkward.
yeah, and then for Hawkeye to be like, oh, there's a Black Widow on our like, you're out because there's a Black Widow now.
Someone
I was
sent
just
a
like,
Black Widow assassin after me, and you're out.
like you're not,
But
you're out.
But Yelena didn't have to leave, right?
No, she didn't. She had them, and then she pushes down. She technically, Kate had her in her sights, but she like shakes her head no, and then Kate
stops,
takes her bow down, and Yelena connects the thing, and then just jumps off the roof, and you're like, I don't understand.
Why?
I don't understand the decision for anything in this last moment.
I was very confused. I was very, very, very confused. That's probably the only miss they've had in the 4 episodes that have come out. Was just that 4 episodes, right? Yeah, it was just that moment.
Yeah, which brings us to the next conversation that we have to have.
Yep.
Is this better than Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
I haven't watched even all the episodes, and the answer is yes.
It is eons beyond.
It's so much better.
Any episode that you pick from Winter Falcon,
yeah,
a quarter of one episode of this beats that.
You know what's not crazy? True. The first episode was, well, I mean, the CGI. The first 10 minutes of the first episode was really good.
Yeah, in the plane and that. Yeah, that was the only sequence that drew you in. Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I feel like Hawkeye is doing what all the other shows. Well, no, I guess I should just say Falcon and Winter Soldier. I feel like Hawkeye is doing exactly what Falcon and Winter Soldier wanted to do, in the sense of like a buddy cop type show where one person is like in and the other person's tired of the bullshit, and they're working together.
Yeah. Murtaugh.
Yeah, just one of them is just full on tired of it. He's just like, I don't want to do this. I'm only doing it because I have to. And the other one's just like,
too old for this shit.
Yeah,
exactly. Murtaugh that shit all day.
and Kate is just like, let's do this and let's do this. And you're my best friend and you're my partner. And this motherfucker is like, stop talking.
Works and was so unforced. Like Winter Falcon, I wanted to like Bucky and Falcon together.
I
still did, but I like these two better.
Yeah,
but I was very disappointed. I also think Winter Soldier, that show, the thing that suffered that in that show is that the direction in the bad guys and the setup wasn't as good. You know what I mean? Like I don't think Mackie and Sebastian were able to display everything that they could in how it was written. Whereas I find this one is like, it's a very simple story, and because of that, they get to play around a lot more.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was saying to Brian. Is that Winter Falcon suffered for when it came out, for the character's story, for what it meant. It suffered for being too socially conscious or trying to be too socially conscious, to the point where you get lost, you lose the story, you start focusing on like
covering the shield in blood and stuff like that.
It wasn't the best direction they could have taken.
And so is it? But okay, so then is the problem that Disney shouldn't try and be, which is unfortunate that we might say it, but this is a lot of what the comic gate people and all those assholes are running around saying. And I'm not talking about like more representation, but I'm talking specifically about the commentary in politics, because that shield in blood and the commentary in that made that show interesting but heavy at times. And I'm not saying wash away the Isaiah Bradley story. That was a great story. It introduces Elijah.
But there's a fine line. There's a certain amount you should probably inject here and there without taking the focus away from the main core of the story, which was lost.
Which was the buddy.
Yeah, right? Yeah, you can still have those things, just insert them sparingly. But I think they did too much. So I think also, in order to learn, sometimes you have to kind of like do too much in order to know what you need to pull back. So I'm hoping like we don't see that as much going forward. You know, it's the same thing we said about them killing up villains all the time before. They used to do it so much that they realized, oh crap, we probably should slow down on this. And now they kind of do that a little bit better. So I would hope that although we still, want them to be socially conscious in the way they represent people and things going on, we still want to watch things to let loose and have fun. And like, don't lose sight of that as well. Like, I don't need Marvel to preach to me. Like, I have other sources where I can go and enlighten myself if I need to. This is an escape at the end of the day.
If you want to preach to me, try and find ways to do it more subtly, because covering Cap's shield in blood is not a subtle way to say
and then the speech. There was a lot. It was heavy. And I get it. The times during COVID with everything going on, it was like, it felt like everything. And that might have been why it suffered too, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there was fatigue at that point too of all the social issues. It was just like a lot. I don't want to see it in my TV show now too, you know? So, and that, maybe they didn't even do it that excessively. And we felt that way because of the time.
Yeah. And I know some people might hear this and be like, oh, well, you guys are trying to, it's like, no, I think if anything, what Toby and I are saying is, as two black men who see that stuff a lot, going to Falcon and Winter Soldier and watching the show and then liking Marvel and liking Marvel as an escape and still being faced with like, especially the Isaiah Bradley story, which I do love, but the continuation of like, he was a black man. He was incarcerated. It's just, and I understand that story is important to tell, and I don't want them to have to change it. But sometimes I want to be able to escape into superheroes fighting people and not only dealing with the emotional. Which, you know, that's us though. For some people, maybe they need that. Maybe they need that show as a spoonful of sugar.
But then again, it could also be that they're trying like to tailor to certain audiences, like because one thing that the original movie, like the original six, one of the things that we've always credited of the original 6 movies was that each movie had what it was. Like Thor was magic, the Captain America's was spy, Iron Man's obviously tech and whatnot. Yeah. I find the movies now it's very similar if you think about it. One's about specifically about time travel, one's specifically about magic, one was very espionage. And this one that we're seeing now is more street level.
Yeah. And I mean,
so it's creating a.
And I'm excited for what the potential is for street level. I actually think
that's that's where I want Spider-Man to dwell. Even I don't even want I don't even want Spider-Man back with the Avengers or anything. I want Spider-Man back on street level with Daredevil, Punisher. I want them all street level. With Kingpin.
Like give us. Yeah, and you know what? That's something I've been saying to some people. Give us the New York that you gave us in the comic book. Yeah. Give us the New York that has upstate New York has the X-Men. You have the Baxter Building. You have Spider-Man. You have Hell's Kitchen. You have Heroes for Hire.
I want Spider-Man to be so tired from multiverse, universe, world, massive, crazy fights to be like, I'm gonna help the little guy. Yeah. Like, I'm tired. Like, you've got big Avengers to do. Blocks. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I just want him to retire.
Yeah. I don't know where that meme is. There's a meme about that though, but it's just like, I think it's a meme like Daredevil. It's just like,
it's Daredevil.
Give me a nigga that just fights for his 10 blocks. And I was just like, all right, yeah.
it's true.
Trash talking Daredevil, and then that's when Skinny jumps in.
I'm not trash talking Daredevil. That's great.
That's true.
Well,
it's not even. It's not. Here's the thing. It's not even that he. Like Spider-Man is all over New York. Daredevil is like Hell's Kitchen, like the 10 blocks where Hell's Kitchen dwells.
Y'all know Spider-Man's too big for that shit now, right? You know that, right?
Nah,
and that's the problem, though. He's not.
Children are not going to put up for Spider-Man going from saving the world to he's going to beat up this guy on 34th Street. What are you talking about?
They're 10-year-old kids. They're going to love Spider-Man no matter what he does. Spider-Man can take his shit on the street.
100%. That's ridiculous.
They're bringing in Morbius. They're bringing in Morbius, Venom, like all these sort of street level villains that are still powerful. That Spider-Man we're used to him facing. So I think it could be a seamless transition to that. But let's say at the end of the reason why it's called No Way Home is because at the end of this, Spider-Man gets lost in the multiverse in a different universe that's not his.
Nigga, I said that like 8 months ago, and you're right. That's what's gonna happen.
Did you? Well, if you did, then I believe it. I'm just saying that's very possible. And then this is where
I thought of this idea that I planted years ago.
Yeah, seriously, little germ.
I essentially said that at the end of it, Spider-Man's finally gonna find his way, and he's gonna open the door, and it's gonna be like madness, and he's gonna be like and credits. But
and then he's now street level because he's in a universe where Daredevil exists, where all these other characters are.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for them taking Spider-Man and doing more street level because, funny enough, Mysterio is a street level character. It's just that he was on a trip. If you think about it, I'm not trying to
true.
disrespect the story, but that's a street
Vulture.
level dude.
Vulture was street level. I'm telling you,
That's a
Spider-Man's
street
been
level
fighting
dude.
street level outside of
Those
his
are street
movies.
level characters.
Yeah, man. He
Guys.
like that. Those are the kind of characters I'm talking about.
Wait, you know what? The fact that Tony in the first one says, "Nigga, I called the FBI. This is the shit they handle."
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Like, if that you don't get more street level, then you don't need to do this stuff.
Yeah,
You're right. Except for if we want Spider-Man to be on a street level, and then we have all these things happening on a street level. You understand that is pandemonium in the streets. That's not New York. The New York they depict in the comics is unlivable.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you that's the actually depict the hustle and bustle of New York City as they depicted in the MCU with like, all right, cool. Here's good, but then 3 blocks this way is an earthquake. 9 blocks this way is Doctor Doom and Mole Man. Upstate in Vermont, we got Sentinels attacking the X-Men. Like no one's living in New York.
Exactly.
No one. Everything
you're describing is what I want in a movie.
That's
I
what I'm saying.
I want a New York so dysfunctional.
You're gonna get a map of New York and just red circles and like white little like, okay, this is safe. This is
okay.
But dude,
there's no way if he ends up in a different universe, by the way, like a different part of the multiverse.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes sense. I think I'm like this. It doesn't make sense for him to run into Daredevil and all these because those characters are going to be in like She-Hulk and stuff. Like it's set in that universe, so that's not going to happen. But what if he still does, and he runs into a universe where he's being hunted by Spider-Man are being hunted by Kraven the Hunter?
I'm down.
That would be a sick Spider-Man movie.
Because Kraven the Hunter versus Spider-Man as a movie going through New York.
Yeah,
that's a movie we would all want to watch.
And he can't get away no matter how hard he tries.
I'm not saying I wouldn't want to watch it. I'm saying you guys are like appeasing to. I understand.
You're done with street level.
No, I understand. I'm down with street level. I'm down. I'm for
He's
it.
graduated, son. You don't want it.
But he's done. He is done.
I get it.
You don't save Europe, save the world from the Infinity Stones, fight Thanos, and come back. And well, yeah, you do come back and do.
So
that
you never come
level
home
shit.
skinny. Once you get up there, you're like, I'm never looking back.
Isn't Ant-Man a street level guy? Pretty much.
Yeah.
No, Ant-Man's like adventures, and he might run into a.
How on earth has Ant-Man done?
Oh, he's been fighting like tech giants in his 2 movies.
What Amazing Fantasy Comics? Ant-Man wasn't doing shit. Ant-Man wasn't really doing much in terms of until he got to these movies, and then
sure, that's what I'm saying. Like Ant-Man's another street level guy. He's just in San Francisco.
I wouldn't call that street. Okay, if you're talking about just MCU, yes, he's
by MCU standards, he's not in the spy range. He's not in the magic range. He's not in the. He's the closest you have is tech, and that's like Iron Man. But he's not anywhere near as tech.
The man is the reason why Endgame happened.
Of course.
He's no longer street level.
Actually, Kang is the reason why Endgame happened.
Oh God, I know.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yes.
Where are we going?
Oh man.
Where are we going?
Yo, you know who they should have brought into Spider-Man early on is Chameleon. I always wondered why they never used someone who can like blend in and really torture Peter in that way.
Because that'll be your street level guy.
They're going to be doing scrolls, so that's one of the reasons you don't get.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry, but
yeah, street level guy. You don't like Chameleon?
Chameleon's boring.
This is the DC guy here. He's wearing a Green Lantern hat.
DC guy. DC.
That's crazy.
Chameleon's not boring. How's
Chameleon's an awesome character.
How's he Chameleon?
He gets defeated and his face changes to all
everything. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know who he is, Dave. He doesn't know.
So your best selling point is when he gets punched in the face and he can't control his power. Like, come on.
there's a story to tell there. I think Spider-Man is like responsible for his brother's death or something, right? And that's why he hates Spider-Man so much. And like,
isn't his brother like
Peter's identity? Craven, the original Craven was his brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like, there's your Craven. There's your connection. Bring Chameleon with the Craven the Hunter story.
That happens in the cartoon, no?
Universe, don't take this episode seriously. You always take our stuff seriously. Universe, don't take.
I wasn't here.
I don't want none of this.
This is
I don't want none of this.
To the wall, baby. Let's do this.
I want Spider-Man street level.
Yes.
I want him to be stuck with his costume, not the Stark Tech I want a regular Spider-Man costume.
The costume that he made in the plane in the second movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me that costume.
Yeah,
that costume. He just upgraded it to take on electric people. And
he turns it inside out.
Yeah, kind of.
You want to know how
Iron Spider arms and come on, man.
No, the black and gold suit you're talking about, right?
He ain't gonna listen.
I'm talking about the one he makes in the plane with.
I'm talking about the red and black, but then he inverts the red and black and he implements whatever electrical shit he had in the black and gold into his new costume. That's why it's like that's why the toy name is actually called the
I'm good with that
suit, but
that suit. I'm good with
that's
that.
a great
regular suit. Yeah, that's fine. I don't want the Iron Spider, none of that stuff.
No, exactly.
But to Brian and Toby, you get an Iron Spider suit from Iron Man, and you get their own tech suit. You gonna throw away that suit?
No. I mean, he's still the suit that he has in Far From Home still has tech. It still has the drone on his chest.
That nanobot shit. It's not that on the go. Oh shit! I didn't pack my suit. That's what the nanobites is for.
That's true.
Oh snap! I didn't pack my suit. Boop, boop, done.
They use the technology the way it works in the MCU. You just can't question shit. They just use it so sparingly. Like nanobots function like this full metal armor situation going on here.
And Iron Man and everybody just have nanotech out there doing
out the wazoo.
Craziest.
You're gonna be running around.
Iron Man been stealing from Wakanda ever since he met them.
I know.
Everything started changing.
Crazy.
Oh
That's a
man,
different story to tell.
But if I had to rank, going back to Hawkeye, it's definitely, I think it's a tie for second best show in the MCU right now.
After Loki.
Yeah, I'm putting Loki first, then WandaVision, and like Hawkeye right now are teetering now.
Loki's
I have to see more from Hawkeye.
Oh wow.
Loki's
I don't even like Loki. Yeah, because I'm not, no offense. Everybody dick riding Loki right now. I don't like Loki like that.
That's cool. Everybody, you're Mr. Counterculture.
Hell yeah.
whatever the hype is,
my man. That's my boy.
How come I don't get Mr. Counterculture when I say Toby and Andrew aren't showing up?
No, you're a hater. That's different. That's different.
Fuck Loki, Mr. Counterculture.
No, I didn't say fuck Loki.
I'll give it to you on another topic, but not that one. That one, you're just a hater.
You see, Brian, I don't care if they show up either way, but I'm not going to come out here and say, hey, I don't want them in the movie. Who I want is Miles and Gwen. Who I want is Homeboy from 2099. Who I want is literally tying in Spiderverse.
He's saying the same thing I said at the beginning.
No, he's not. Well, that's fine. The Spider Gwen. You did say that. You did say that.
Thank you. I did.
In addition to other things that you said, but you did say that.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. He's saying the same partial shit I said.
He's saying the same partial shit I said.
Isn't this the best movie for Madam Web to show up in?
I want that so bad.
You're crazy.
Hey, Peter, let's go find a real Mary Jane from that season 6 we never continued.
The date is one of my biggest letdowns in life.
Oh, they're bringing it
back. The first lie to me.
Yeah, they're bringing X-Men 97. We might get that Spider-Man.
Homegirl who ran Fox Kids did that to spite Avi Arad because Homeboy's a cunt. She's like, oh yeah, Avi, I'm not playing with you. Season 6 canceled.
God damn.
She canceled it out of spite. Like, that's power, bro. You're gonna cancel Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Who?
Like, you're making money.
Yeah. She was running Fox Kids, and her and Avi always got into
sorry, that's Sony, no? Amy's Sony.
Amy Pascal.
Not Amy Pascal. Whoever's running Fox Kids at the time, it's the same girl who greenlit X-Men. She was getting into constant arguments with Avi. Avi was being a dick about it, and she's like, listen, nigga, I will cancel your shit if you keep calling me. And he's like, all right, do it. And then she did. And he's like, all right. And then he turned around and made Spider-Man Unlimited. And they're like,
Margaret Leish, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, that's nuts. Oh yeah, I see it here. X-Men.
She ain't playing with him, boy. Fuck Avi.
That's funny. I love that you have so much power that you could be spiteful and just still have all the power.
Like, cancel like one of the beloved great shows of the 1994.
What are the ratings on this? Oh, all the children are watching it. You canceled the thing that all the kids were what? Oh,
you know how long it took to find a show that replaced that? Like as a kid, that was the same. I don't think so, right?
I never found another superhero show, a cartoon that I liked as much as that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I did either. I was gonna say Batman Beyond, but that didn't last too long for me. It was
Batman
still
Beyond
great
was
though.
Yeah.
I could say, wow, there's out of the
Well, you like that Avengers show.
which one?
There's one that you were seeing.
Okay, no, because
That
listen,
was like so much anger.
okay,
Like which one?
I don't know
wait,
which one. I
wait.
didn't know
Oh
you
my
said you liked
God.
one.
wait, and don't. Okay, first of all,
Because there's a lot of kids ones, so I get why you said that.
there's
You got a broken hand there and stuff. I don't know what's going on. Like,
this is for the
shit's
carp
happening.
tunnel. This is for the
Carpal
carp
tunnel,
tunnel.
yeah.
Carpal. Okay,
I
so
recognize.
we got the okay. There's EMH, which is one of the greatest Marvel cartoons ever made. All right, everyone should watch it. Start to beginning. It's true to the comics, EMH. And then there's Avengers United They Stand, and that is terrible. We should never talk about that.
What's EMH stand for?
Earth Mightiest Heroes.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Have you
That is
seen Earth
great.
Mightiest Heroes, Dave?
I
Yes, you
own
have.
them.
Okay, Brian.
You said it too fast. My brain was.
I like the way you said it. Earth Mightiest Heroes. Have you seen like a politician getting you to run in an
Yeah, you need to,
Have you
everybody
seen
should see Earth Mightiest Heroes, and I'm
Everyone
actually
should vote for Earth Mightiest Heroes. The
I'm just
children
telling
will
everyone.
learn.
David Yost, or you need to get your job and talk to the X-Men 97 people, because if they could get their show back after 23 years, bro, your show was only canceled in like 2012. You can get your shit back.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I feel like Disney is just going to be like, so you know how you guys love nostalgia and we have all the money? We're just going to bring back all the properties we already own. Why not? Here you go. Here's all these cartoons. All the kids are going to watch them because they're going to want to watch them. They're kids. And all the adults are going to watch them because we wanted to see the continuation of those stories anyways. X-Men 97 is pure money. You're muted, homie, by the way, just real quick.
I'm afraid it might be bad.
Oh, yeah.
God, no, don't say that.
No, but like really, because like here, everyone's all like X-Men. We tend to forget that they cut out core X-Men. And if they're continuing, then they have to somehow like refine that to make it so that Colossus is.
How did it end? Did it end with like them in the future?
No, it ended with Professor X getting not violently ill, getting ill, and then going to live with Lilandra and the Shi'ar Empire to get better. And that in the comics is basically when around X-Men 200 when Magneto became good and was leading the X-Men, which is also very close to the first time they faced off against the Avengers.
But the thing is, that's if they so happen to choose to go off that path, which they should, because technically speaking, that's the end of season 4. There's a season 5, which is like a bunch of like really bad episodes.
That was season 5. That was the end of season 5 with a different animation and like Jean her hair wasn't tied up anymore. It was long.
That's the one where it's in the same art style where there was all those horrible Jubilee episodes.
Yes, that is literally the end of it. Yeah, that's that season.
I thought that was the end of the season 4 because season 5 is also half episodes of like misplaced episodes.
Yeah. And then they rounded up with, boop, here you go. No more Professor X. Magneto, take care of my team. And he's like,
oh, yeah.
So if they were to, as the comics go, they lead into... Go.
Yeah, it's going to 97, which makes sense. Because
Technically, it should lead into Mutant Massacre, which would lead into Inferno, which would lead into Outback X-Men, which would lead into Muir Island X-Men, which would lead into Gold Team and Blue Team. If they do that shit, then they can bring back Colossus, Nightcrawler, Archangel, and all them niggas and literally have like, but if they don't...
I mean, that you're writing them a good couple years worth of content. If they... I mean, the comics is
y'all gonna come back after 23 years for 2 seasons? Fuck you. What do you do that for? I'd be so mad.
They might.
They might.
But they better
make the
animation.
Yeah.
We just need to finish off the story.
Yeah. 8 episode seasons. Imagine they come back for like an 8 episode thing. I'd be mad.
Oh my god.
But they better make the animation like the original version. Like they gotta fix the animation.
Yeah.
I think it will
because like the animation at the end was god awful.
I told you, follow the man. I gotta find the girl's name.
They specifically called it X-Men 97 and used the same motif for a reason.
Yeah,
and just look at the stylistic. They just have like darker lines around them, like Archer and like the new DC kind of animation. So they're just.
I actually, now that you mentioned, I remember how that episode ended, and I remember hating it. Because like there was this mutant war about to happen with Magneto.
Shit was about to pop off, bro. He was in Genosha.
He was about to like attack the humans.
And here comes Professor X like, no, I need you to lead my team. And Magneto's, but like, dude, I was just about to government blow up. What?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I am dying. I think they said he was dying, and then Magneto had to choose. Yeah. No, that was horrible. That was a horrible ending. It was rushed. It felt rushed.
I'm gonna watch that episode at the end of today just to remember the end.
Don't do it. Don't
You
do
should.
that.
You should. Because they fake you out like Professor X is about to die. And then that's when Elandra shows up, right? And she's like, I have the cure, but you have to leave with me. He's like,
oh man. Yeah, but then they do, but then like they go, well, they don't go get him, but I remember in the comics they actually go get him, and it's X-Men 200 with like the cross cover with like them in the blue and yellow, and they actually have to go
get him.
Yeah, they go get him,
Empire,
and they
interesting.
They go get his ass. Like, listen,
I guess it could start there.
Yeah. I'd be
great. He probably sent one last brainwave, like, listen, guys, I don't even like this.
Yeah.
But like, I wanted to cure me, so just come get me.
I didn't want to die, but this bitch is blackmailing me. Yo, keep a nigga, baby. Like,
you know what I'm real annoyed at is this, like, just as I like got one of the most original names out there for my kid, they go and bring back X-Men 97. You're gonna see a bunch of Lilandra.
Oh yeah.
Yours is the OG. That's all that matters.
Nah,
you're gonna see a bunch of them. Watch
OG.
Oh, dang, that's true, eh?
Right?
See, that's why it sucks to be an Oracle.
Maybe that's the title. That's why it sucks
for
to be an Oracle. That's pretty good.
Because everything you say comes true at some point, and someone's gonna hear it at some point. So
it's funny that you say that because that's the original story of being an Oracle. Like,
from
Greek mythology.
There you go.
Apollo punishes Cassandra for not falling in love with him with sight, but no one will ever believe what she says. So that's why it's to be an Oracle.
Hey guys, it's gonna happen. No, it's not. Okay.
Okay. That's horrible.
We didn't. This is 2 weeks in a row. We didn't get to Masters of the Universe.
Oh man.
I mean,
he came back, y'all. There you go.
Yeah.
What y'all mad about? He came back.
He came back. If you, I'll say this: if you are angry about the part 1 where we don't get enough He-Man, we don't get enough Part 2 is too much He-Man. We get Savage Beast.
Oh no, you can't summon. Okay, no, we're talking about it next week. We don't have the time for this. That is a very
Savage Beast He-Man. Oh, look, it's the Hulk.
Yeah, but you make it sound like it was all 6 or 7 episodes. It was like an episode that happened.
Yeah, but he's He-Man for most of the damn show. He's He-Man in most of the second half. How many episodes was he not He-Man in?
He was Hulk He-Man for an episode, like halfway through an episode and ended in the next episode. Yeah, and then he only got like the
sword at the end.
Sword and stuff at the end, which was like the last episode. So
that's like 2 episodes
of a 6-episode show. That's not most.
So half of the season is him.
Less than half of the season.
Is that sequence where he somehow takes out a dragon? And there's like a big like thing in the sky, and He-Man just like jumps and just takes care of it, and you're like, what?
The last 2 episodes he's He-Man, and in the Savage one he's He-Man, and at the beginning of it he was He-Man for 2 seconds, and then he's cut up.
But it's Masters of the Universe. What's the problem with it being He-Man?
I'm not mad.
I mean, you just said it. Masters of the Universe, and we're just facing He-Man.
I'm just saying.
If anything, this one was finally building it. You got 3 Masters of the Universe carved out by the end. You have Man-at-Arms, the new Sorceress, and then you have He-Man. Yeah. They're carving in new. I think I'm liking the trajectory of the show.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying for all those who complain about part 1.
Oh, I thought
you got more of what you wanted. Are you happy Kevin Smith was gonna do this anyways? You guys were whining for no reason.
Oh, I thought you were like being like upset that he was too much. I'm like, what's going on?
I think it's great. It's just funny that all the little babies that we all had to cradle because they were crying so much. Oh, Skinny's a dad now, and his kid doesn't whine about stupid shit because that's what babies do. They whine about stuff on TV.
Shots fired at fans. Good. I agree.
No, it's facts. They're always complaining out there over stupidness. There's good shit out there. Just give the chance to breathe. There's 2 parts. You didn't see the second part. You're already saying it's going to suck. Come on now.
But one commentary I will give is that, because, it's 5 episodes. The thing I would have done personally, it should have just been one, like this would have been better as 1 season, in my opinion.
Yeah, yes, I agree. I don't understand dividing it.
Because that's the reason why I think that's actually the reason why people got upset. Because had that been a whole season, I don't think people would have complained because they'd been like, oh, we got less Superman. Hope in the next season we hope to get more, but like it makes sense why we got less. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Whereas like if they choose, because like I'm not sure if they were only penned to do these 2 seasons, but like how they ended it off, I'm curious how it's going to be. Like I'm really
I think
like,
we're going to get more. They essentially rebuilt the entire He-Man team.
Yeah. And one thing I did love about this season is there were so many shout outs to random characters.
Oh my god.
So many. Like that was really cool.
Like someone took the character Bible and the well, first of all, we talked about it with Proto Man last week. They're just trying to figure out how to release more figures. So they
100%.
just needed to show everyone at least once. But it was funny to watch them do that. And then to be like, okay, we need every character to show up once so we can make an action figure so people can be like, oh, that episode's that character. And then they'll want to buy it.
Where's the black dude? How do you do?
He's in it for like 2 seconds. He doesn't get killed, but
I
he
was
gets
about to
attacked
ask
by like
you.
his own partner.
Yeah.
Remember his partner turns into like one of the beast things.
Yeah.
Are you excited about that ending though? That like last scene?
Refresh?
Where the robot, the computer goddess,
and
we see her forehead and we realize who's actually been in charge.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised.
Spoiler for you
Spoiler,
guys.
nigga. Let's go. She-Ra?
What's She-Ra's enemy's name? I was forgetting.
Yes. No, not MODOK. No, it's not MODOK. It's something with Havoc, something.
Haddock. Yeah, she's involved in all that, which is kind of cool.
Good. Are they gonna be like garbage She-Ra, like the new cartoon, or like She-Ra?
Well, I mean, it looked her drawing looked pretty serious, like everyone
Hordak.
else. So
Hordak. Thank you.
Yeah. That's it.
Thank you for pointing that out, because when I saw her, I was like, I know I should know who this is, but I'm not making.
Well, I don't know who that character is, but she has Hordak's logo on her head. Because the statue, he throws the magic sphere at the statue because he's trying to kill it.
Yeah.
And then it like blocks it. And he's like, it can't be. And then she transforms into this robotic, busty woman in true cartoon fashion for kids for some odd reason. And then she has the Hordak symbol on her forehead. And then she starts to use the thing to turn him to Skeletor into one of her disciples or whatever the show's been doing for those magical. I love that Skeletor is such a bitch too. He's just like, I lost because you people didn't help me. You're shooting at my side. It's like, no, bitch, you lost because you suck.
Dude, that's what he does. Like Skeletor is a crybaby.
Yeah,
he can be very menacing in many aspects.
It's
but
just
he's
funny.
A fucking crybaby.
You nincompoops were supposed to help me. It's like, what the fuck is this man?
I'll get you next time here.
I was less annoyed by the voice acting this season. He didn't sound as much like the Joker doing his version of Skeletor, which was nice.
I agree.
But yeah, it's Masters of the Universe Part 2. Check it out. I thought it was fun. It was worth watching. But I do agree with you. Had they released this all at once, it would have been better.
Yeah, and it would have been a lot less negative pushback.
I'm surprised Kevin Smith finished it.
No,
that motherfucker don't finish nothing, man.
Yeah,
come on.
I realized what you were saying. I got the joke immediately. Yeah.
Cacophony's still waiting for that continuation. Nothing.
Of what?
Of Batman Cacophony or
his comic book?
Yeah, his comic book with Batman, where
he does take a lot of time on stuff. Even his movies sometimes take a while. But
in 10 years. Come on.
And like his streaming service that he launched that he gave up on in like 2 minutes.
Wait, what? He tried to launch it. Listen, Fat Man on everything. You need to chill. All right.
He tried to launch a streaming service. Damn. He tried to launch a streaming service where you paid, like they only produced it if you paid into it. So like they would do the pilot episode, and then if you wanted it, you could support it and put. Essentially, it was like a Kickstarter, but it was like a Kickstarter as a platform.
TV Kickstarter.
But it like fell apart really quick, which was unfortunate. But
you don't say.
That's a tough one. It's not a bad.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the business model might not have been there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't hate the idea, but I agree it wasn't going to be the best. Super Crooks, if you like the comic book, you probably won't like the beginning of the anime, but give it time. Because I hated the beginning, but at the end, I was just like, oh, I see what you
look up Super Crooks now.
Okay.
So,
Super Crooks is where?
Netflix.
Is this the same like universe as?
So, thank you for asking that question. That is actually perfect. This version of Super Crooks is in the same universe as Jupiter's Legacy, which is not where the comic book is. But it's interesting because you can tell that Netflix was trying to build a Mark Millar
universe, and then they canceled the.
And then they canceled Jupiter's Legacy.
But isn't this an animated show?
Yes,
Yeah.
but Paragon shows up. Red, like everyone that's in the live action.
Well, they did announce a live action, right?
Of Super Crooks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, originally, but I don't think they're doing that anymore. I think the anime is the direction they're moving in. You think? I don't think they're doing the live action. I could be wrong, but if
that sucks, because you're right. It was supposed to be connected to Jupiter's Legacy. Yeah,
but yeah, because the whole point, like the whole story at the beginning of the run, is connected to the Union. What's his name? Paragon and what's his dad's name? Fucking never. Lady Liberty. What's the dad's name? Whatever.
I forget right now too.
Old man Superman. That's what we'll call him.
For some reason, I'm thinking of the villain
Utopian?
from
Utopian.
No, Utopian's the main. Yes, Utopian. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Utopian, Paragon, and their team, and all of them are there, and you can tell that this is connected to the version of the world that they built with the live action, because they all look the same and they're drawn the same and all that. And then Super Crooks literally is connected to that universe. And the two superheroes that are in Super Crook, like the Gladiator and Praetor, or whatever his name is, are part of the team. They're new superheroes that are connected and part of the Union, which is really cool. So it was actually really interesting. I didn't realize what they were doing at the beginning, so I fucking hated it. And then once it got midway through, I was just like, oh, I see what.
Man, they could have picked better Millar-verse content.
Oh my god, Nemesis? Give us Nemesis, dude.
What's happening?
Fucking what Empress? Fuck.
Ooh,
give me Empress.
I think the thing is, Netflix doesn't realize some people are taking advantage of them almost. like not giving them their best material up front.
Yeah,
there's like this weird thing that I feel like happens, and once in a while you'll get that gem where Netflix just hits the mark and they get the perfect material. But I feel like in a lot of the cases, they're not picking the best content. Who is picking, from that list of things? Who is picking the shows or whatever the movies to do? Because there's so much more that's better and story wise, that's deep, that probably wouldn't require as much money on CGI, right? Like it's crazy.
Nemesis would be very little CGI. It's like Batman level CGI.
Yeah, you'd be able to do, if they did that movie, they could do essentially Batman Street level. If they just film it that way, you got it done.
But don't do it like
just film it like Daredevil.
Don't do anything like Titans.
But film it like Daredevil.
Yeah.
Titans season 1 and 2, sure, not 3.
Oh yeah, sorry. Last season of Titans. I'm not talking about the original seasons that were actually somewhat interesting. It's that really doo-doo caca last season.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself, Scarecrow. Fucking morons.
Anyways.
Wait, is Millar Kingsman?
Yes. Secret Service.
That's why he doesn't care.
Yeah, he got Kingsman money.
He's got Kingsman money.
I loved Kingsman so much.
What do you mean Kingsman
up until that
money?
church scene?
What do you mean? There's about to be a fourth one coming out just now.
Yeah, the like a prequel one.
A prequel to the original Kingsman.
Wait, what's the third one?
Yeah, what's the third one?
Is the American one.
No, that's the second one though. I think you're sorry.
Is it?
The first one is the original story with Sam Jackson. The second
which is not
one,
that great.
Second one is.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Sorry. He's right.
The Golden Circle is the second one. It feels like 3 for. It was a long movie. It feels like 3.
I don't even remember. I don't know if I watched that movie or not.
Yeah, Kingsman was great up until that church scene, and it was just too real for me. I was like,
sick.
I actually,
but I was too real. Once he started,
But that was like true to the comic too, which was like, oh, I didn't think you guys were gonna do this.
I get it. It's great.
Everything.
It's wild. I was like, nah, I can't. Nah.
When they put the rated R on that one, they're just like, nah, we're gonna go hard R.
We're gonna go hard R.
Okay, it's at the level of it's that scene, and then smoking aces.
Oh God!
So it's that scene that freaked me out a bit, where it was just too real. Smoking aces with the two dudes in the elevator shooting each other in the dark, and then homeboy landing on the saw. That's when I was like, all right, too real. Like I'm okay. I'm okay.
Well, a movie hits the mark when it can make you feel that way viscerally.
I was like, I need to just chill because it's super fake. But then when you realize the dude has a gun, and then homeboy, you see like lights go out and you see them like.
in the corner. I'm just like, nah, too real.
Yeah.
Right.
How many people died in Spoken Aces?
Mad
Felt like
Almost
that.
the whole cast.
Don't they?
The whole cast, but two.
Yeah, doesn't he carry her at the end? And that's
legit just not common who died.
Yeah. Isn't he carrying someone at the end? And that's
Alicia Keys.
The end.
It's the light skins live.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Maybe that's the title. Only the
Is it Common? Common?
It's
Common and Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
That is jokes.
Oh my god.
That is funny.
The light skinned wins.
With all that to say, I'm actually really curious about seeing the King's Man as well, because the prequel is going to be
good.
looks like it's really good.
It looks good.
Boys,
dope.
you know what
I
time
like
it
what's
is.
his name as an actor too.
Oh,
That's all right. Go ahead.
Geek news and rumors. Kevin Feige confirms Daredevil casting in MCU. Like we said, we talked about that before, so everyone will be excited.
Fire!
How could you not? How could you not? That's all I
I
gotta
know
say.
at this point. Shang-Chi sequel confirmed.
Not surprised, happy to hear it.
Yeah,
Cool.
shout out to Jaws D for sending us that tweet.
Introduce
where
Iron Fist.
with Simu said, "Flop so hard we got a sequel." This motherfucker's not.
Simu's too cocky out here.
I know.
Simu needs to chill.
But hold
Simu
on.
needs to really.
Who's saying it's a flop because it didn't make $1 billion?
Some people, but
It made $500 million. Cool your jets.
Yeah,
That's the one thing that sucks about the
Like-
Marvel movies, though. That's what people measure success on, and
So
like that's
dumb.
not fair.
Yeah.
It can't be always like that.
yeah,
No, it
yeah,
can't. Especially
That's
during the
right.
pandemic.
yeah.
Right?
Yes,
And especially, no offense, but B-listing characters trying to be introduced. Like you're not going to get you're not getting the people who just randomly come because it's Superman. You know?
No, you're getting
second
all
one-
of
the
China
second
that
one
wants
was
to see
better.
themselves represented. That's going to go see that shit.
yeah.
And all of China couldn't move the needle.
But wait, wait.
I'm not with him.
Nope. I am not. Oh shit! I was gonna ask though, did it get like a completely cleared release in China? Because I know sometimes there's
I don't
China
think
has restrictions and stuff like that, and that's one of the reasons like the movies have. So I don't know. I think it did. Hopefully it did because I know that was a big
released in
market.
China first, no?
Okay, hopefully. I don't know. That's why I was asking. Because China has, you hear about things getting last minute, like Eternals didn't get in because of the kiss between the husbands.
Right.
Because they decided, Disney was just like, we're not going to cut that scene just so that it can get released there.
Yeah,
People are applauding it. But, China's always like, there's all these rules about stuff that,
Listen, Shang-Chi was made with China in mind.
Yes, definitely. You're right.
There was Mandarin being spoken like nothing all over that movie.
Yeah,
so.
true.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell to star in HBO Max The Batman spin-off series.
What?
Can I just say something real quick?
Say that again.
Colin Farrell, who's playing Penguin,
yeah,
to star in an HBO Max The Batman spin-off series.
This is WB's MO now though.
But can we pause for a second and actually release this damn movie? Release this movie first.
You got Peacemaker before the movie came out. You knew. They tell you right away. They're spitting every character off that they possibly can out of these movies. That's their thing now.
But is the spinoff a Penguin spinoff, or is the spinoff like being in that
Penguin
other? Okay, so now they have
Penguin.
they have two spinoffs off of one movie.
Yes.
Okay, too much.
Yeah, because they have the Gotham PD one.
Okay, too much.
He's not wrong. It doesn't make sense to have two spin-offs from one movie franchise that hasn't.
You don't even know it's good yet.
Here's the thing, though. Those might cross, right? Even though you have separate stories going on, they might cross. I think they're trying to figure out a way to do this universe thing still, but not as like pronounced as doing big movies that are connected. I don't think we're gonna see major movies in the WB world that are connected like that anymore.
But you know what?
We're gonna get a lot more standalones.
Is the Batgirl movie gonna connect?
What Batgirl?
Yeah, what Batgirl movie?
The HBO Max is a Batgirl movie. You guys forgot about. I love that we forgot about. I remember the Batgirl movie. I love that you guys just forgot about the Bat. They even y'all just full on forgot about the Batgirl movie. Black Batgirl too.
We don't keep our hopes high.
Whoa! Okay, they're with J.K. Simmons in it and stuff, and Brendan Fraser.
Wait, is it? Oh yes, I think Fraser's in it. I don't know if J.K. Simmons is in it though, but
I
know
is Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, is he going to be Commissioner Gordon?
Or maybe if they've changed. I honestly don't know, because I don't know if it's the guy who was in The Batman.
Yeah, which is
what's his name? MODOK.
Jeffrey
Not MODOK.
Wright.
Oh my gosh,
Jeffrey Wright.
MODOK the Watcher.
Yeah.
I just called her
Uatu.
Uatu.
I realized though, I'm not mad at it. I get so many damn weird names in the Marvel.
Yeah.
It's not wrong. Uatu, Mordo. Like it's normal that we don't always know them all, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, Black Batgirl.
Yeah. No, I forgot about that completely.
Yeah.
I didn't.
But again, so you guys have, and I don't know if it's connected, but this is a lot of content that people are just like, sure, you haven't done anything.
Oh, it's already filming.
Yeah. They announced it at the DC fandom that like she's like so excited and like I got hired and guys, thank you. And they were like, all talking,
he's playing
like, so
Firefly.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, I kind of remember this.
Brendan Fraser's playing Firefly.
Wow.
But is it connected to the Batman universe? It can't be because
it looks different. Just from what I'm seeing, costume wise, tone wise, who's directing it?
Yeah,
I don't think it's connected.
All right, well,
but can we address that? What's going on with Colin Farrell and that he needs money so badly that he's making a spin-off show?
Well, remember
he's an actor in Hollywood.
He got pseudo canceled for a little bit. There was a period where people didn't want to work with him. I don't know why, but
probably bad behavior, bad. You know, he had that whole bad image in Hollywood, but he's not hurting for money.
Yeah, I think
he's still worth 100 or 2 million here and there. I'm sure.
Plus, he's been
100 or 2 million. Nah,
he's been smart enough
or 200 million. You think he's worth less than that? Colin Farrell's been around for fucking.
I can't imagine. I mean,
if he doesn't have 100 mil by now, based on all the movies, he's been the star of major big budget movies.
I don't think
he's had a lot of endorsements.
Net?
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. Okay. All right, are we doing a check here?
Quick.
I'm literally doing it right now on my phone.
I know we have to wrap up. Okay, I'll leave the last two pieces of news while you look. The Boys animated spin-off series Diabolical has been announced, so people get ready for that. It's going to be like a anthology style thing, 8 different stories by 8 different creators. It looks pretty cool. Okay, hit us. How much is Colin worth?
80 mil.
Okay.
Oh shit!
I'm surprised as fuck.
All right, Toby.
I'm surprised as fuck.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I was just like,
and that's what they
Bullseye
know. He might have more than
first Daredevil movie. You're not worth 100 million.
No, come on.
All these big name movies all failed.
Colin Farrell's career like this.
Dude, I'm not shitting on his career. I'm shitting
his
on
last good movie. The last movie he did that was good was like Phone Booth.
Wow.
And that wasn't good.
Guy, come on, bro.
Well, no, the last good movie he did was Gentleman. That he was actually very
good. But that's not his movie though.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Like Total Recall was like okay, it wasn't anything special.
No, it's true.
Bullseye was a flop. Like
he was in Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Those are good movies. Yeah.
The lobster movie there.
Yeah, but again, was it really his movie though? Because he turns into
the guy they cancel. Yeah.
He gets canceled after one movie. He dies at the end of a movie.
Listen, he had a career from the late 90s all the way through to like the early aughts or the late aughts.
Yeah.
He was a star around that time. Like that's the reason why he wasn't. They thought he could pull up Bullseye.
That actually makes sense.
Wait, if Colin Farrell's worth 80 mil, how much? I know we can't.
What?
Just ask one person.
How much is Ben Affleck worth then? Because I would think Ben Affleck was like
200
No, he's way more. Yeah, way more.
How much is?
I'm 50.
That's it.
Yeah. You just throwing that out there.
J-Lo, you could do better.
Yo, that's crazy. J-Lo's worth. I mean, musicians.
J-Lo's worth.
If they're like popular musicians, make a lot more because they get so much more endorsements and brands.
Love is love. Love is love.
She had her own company. She still has her own company or something, right?
Bum ass X shows up with half the stats.
Stop.
How about she showed up to him?
That's horrible. That is horrible.
Dude. I'm just gonna say
it out loud. You want him to not be in love with her or her not to be in love because he makes half less than she does.
He makes less than half. She makes 400. So
how you go from baseball legends to bum ass actors? Got 150 in the bank.
You know why?
Damn.
Because everybody's tired of you throwing that thing around.
Her ex-husband's baseball contract was worth more than that for one team. Get out of here
That's
with your bum ass
crazy.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, but he was
I'm
a
joking.
druggie, man. That guy.
I know. I'm just playing.
Cheating.
He was a bum.
Woo,
Yeah,
that was
he was a bum. Wow, that's deep. That's deep.
That's so
That
funny.
I don't even know what to say. But let's end on this note. So they asked recently on a panel is it Broccoli or Broccoli, the people who own the rights to James Bond, the Fleming IPO or IP, and they asked her
Eon Films or whatever.
Yeah, they asked her who will be playing James Bond.
Oh, okay.
And she said, I think it will be a man, because I don't think a woman should play James Bond. I believe in making characters for women, not just having women play men's roles. I don't think there are enough great roles for women, and it's very important to me that we make movies for women about women. He should be British, so British can be any ethnicity or race. So she says James Bond could be anyone as long as it's a dude, but we don't want to like do the whole gender bending thing here. That's technically what she's saying.
I mean, I agree with her on.
Oh, you also don't think that she should also it should be a race bend situation?
No,
that
only
I'd
because
be fine with that, because there are other characters probably the same thing, but she can't speak for anyone but
fair.
women.
Fair. Very good.
You know
point.
what I mean?
Very good point. Yeah. I see what you're saying. She's not going to make the argument for the race angle because she's like, I'm a woman. I'm going to make this argument. If you guys think he should be a person of color, cool. All the better to you. I get what you're saying.
But I'm not closing the door to it. That's what she's saying.
That's very smart of her.
Go left and make him Indian.
Oh, fact.
Go far left and make him Indian.
I'm playing Watch Dogs Legion, and my spy character in the game is an Indian dude, and I have him with like a little cut with the goatee and his little what's the Bond gun with the silencer?
PP7.
Yeah, he has his little PP7 and his vanishing car, because that's the thing you get when you get the spy character. You get a car that goes invisible, and that shit's dope with rockets on it.
Yo, that is dope. The PP7 is dope too.
Yeah. Oh, last thing, the two-time NBA champion Joel Anthony has been named GM of the Montreal CEBL basketball team, Montreal Alliance.
Yeah, I knew about this. Fun fact: he's my friend's brother.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
So
I don't want to.
Yeah,
I'm not going to name family names, but shout out to that family, because one of them was a teacher for my sister back in the day. So shout out to them. But big family out there. Big family. Yeah. Doing big things, and that's cool.
Pretty cool guy.
I'll ask you guys this on the way out. Are you guys planning to go see CEBL games when they're in town? I'm excited because they're just literally
I might. Yeah, I might.
I'll support.
Yeah. Why not?
They're going to be at the Verdun Auditorium, and I think their season's going to start in May 2022, right around my birthday. So I think I'm going to catch a game for my birthday. That's
legit. I was just in Verdun by your house last night, so yeah.
I hope it does make
outside my window.
Oh man.
Guys, wild show, always fun. Great. Peeking over the fence. That's it. That's all, folks. That's the whole show. We had another great one, 275. We're back next week, right? And then I think we could probably tell people now, let you guys know, we're not going to be here for the last episode of the month, but we might have something for you. If it's not live, if it's not live, there's a good chance we're going to record it and drop it for you guys on the 29th that week. And as you can imagine, in 2 weeks from now, the 22nd, which will be the last live episode of the season, is going to be about Spider-Man.
Not Christmas?
We can talk about Christmas, but
I'm talking about Christmas.
But Spider-Man comes out the 17th, and the episode's the 22nd. There's no way we're not going to be talking about it.
Yeah, but everyone's going to say what we were going to say and probably take our, our gumshoe and try to, so we gotta, you know what I mean?
So wait, when do we want to do the episode? We don't have to do it on the Wednesday.
Oh, you want to pre-record
pull up right after the movie?
We literally.
I'm not against.
Dave and I are seeing it together. So as of like 10 p.m. the 16th.
Oh, okay, that's too soon for me. That's too soon for me.
No, but I'm just saying. Dave and I are ready as of 10 p.m. the 16th. We are ready to do an episode. So whenever you guys are ready,
an episode Sunday afternoon. The Sunday.
We might do a special, y'all. You're hearing us discuss it now. Anyways, we'll figure that out. We'll get back to you. Follow us on the socials, because we don't want to start planning stuff right here in front of you, and then we can't hold the promise to it. But guys, it's a fun episode this week. It's always a fun episode, but this was a fun one because a lot of laughs. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you follow us on the socials. Make sure you check out Chop Vision podcast. Make sure you check out the Morning Detour on Fridays on CKUT 90.3 at 7 a.m. Or you can listen on the TuneIn app, or you can watch them. They have been live streaming the episodes, so you can always go back and check them out on the Morning Detour YouTube page. And that's about it, boys. Oh, and I've been releasing That's Canon episodes on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Audio only on YouTube, so you guys can check those out. Latest episode, Chrononauts, dropped yesterday, so go check that out.
Such a good episode, such a good book.
Really good episode. It was fun. So go check that out if you guys want to nerd out on some comic book stuff. That's it, y'all. That's the whole show. Anything else you guys want to say?
No, we good. We good. Jay Grizz, I'm coming for your ass next week, though.
Yeah, man. Shit.
I missed 2 episodes, and I see you talking Grizzy up in the comments. All right, we out.
It's gonna get wild. Peace, y'all.
Fights. We streets.
Oh shit.